you have a vision? Because we have a new vision. This is Alan.
And Betsy.
Coming to you from coastal Virginia. One thing as a real estate agent is often you get into the business and you have these visions of what it's going to be. Unfortunately, sometimes it is $1 million listing TV, selling Sunset. That's the worst one, by the way. Buying Beverly Hills. That's a good one. And you have this vision.
Not to be partial.
Of what your life is going to be like as a real estate agent at all. And we know many of those agents personally. We've hung out with them, had lunch with them, gone out with them, and we tell you, TV is TV. It is all staged, prepared. It is not what it is. Oftentimes they'll be showing houses they already closed on the house they're selling that buyer, especially on some of the HGTV ones.
All of the HGTV ones, really.
They've actually already closed and they recreate.
They've called us and asked us to do it. I'm like, I'm not doing something that we've already sold. Why would we do that?
To recreate it and go through it. We had one not long ago call me. So here's what we want you to know is that we now have a vision for the company.
Yes.
And we've made some decisions that it is time for us to grow the agency. Up until now, all we have done is attract agents. They all called us. We haven't gone out recruiting because we wanted to make sure we had our basics, we had our software, we had our staff, we had our location. We had a true vision for how this was going to grow for us and what we wanted to do. But we've now made a decision for the first time. Just so you know, I've probably turned down 20 agents in the last 2 years because they didn't feel like what I wanted for the vision to be. But now we've really solidified that. And we've made a decision that over the next year, we want to add 40 to 50 agents to the brokerage from Williamsburg to North Carolina. We're going to put these agents in the company and we're prepared to grow. And I think we have the systems in place. We just put even more software in place for agents to be able to track their business, because if you don't track it, you can't reach it. So
that's right.
We are putting in new software just for that. And with that comes our vision on how we see the company. You know, we are still going to be a boutique. We are not going to go out here and hire 300 or 400 agents. That is not who we are. Because those companies that do that, I know one in particular, they who knows, probably 100 of them do 2 deals or less a year, maybe even more. And so we don't want that. We are still going to have a standard and a performance standard. Not that we're not going to bring in some agents that are early on in their career and maybe only sold $1 million or $2 million in real estate. That's okay if we think you work with our culture in our vision of how we want to grow the company. Part of that is you have to have desire. You got to have the work ethic. We don't want non-working agents here in our company. I had to let one go. Great guy. However, he just wasn't putting in what he needed to do to sell houses. And that's okay. You might be at a point in your life you don't have to do that. We want agents that have a have to, that have a want to, that have a vision for their business, that they want to grow it. And you know what? I don't think there's a better place, a better broker, a better team leader to be around if you want to grow your business. We know how to do it. We know how to do it building relationships.
Correct.
In today's environment, you know, everybody's AI has come along. I'm going to tie that in a little bit here. I use AI probably more than any broker in town. I'm
sure.
Pretty close to it. You know, I've got multiple accounts. I got a $200 a month ChatGPT account. We do deep research. I use it like no tomorrow. It helped design this vision that we're going through right now. It helped design a 48-week training program for agents. It helped design another training program for team leaders that they can do with their agents on their teams. It's done lots of things for me. However, this is still about building relationships. And the core of our business is driven by how do we build relationships? How I look at AI is it now gives me the time, gives Betsy the time to build deeper relationships with people. And how it's going to help me is I want to go build better relationships with agents now. So I'm going to step out there and use some of my extra time that AI is giving me, and I want to build relationships with agents. So if you're one of those agents and you want to find out about the agency, find out what we're doing here, or just sit down and talk and help develop your business a little more, hey, give us a call. We would love to help you do that. Any input from you on that?
He built me. So I always tell people, he's built a absolute ton of agents actually who have gone and done phenomenal numbers that are actually in this marketplace. I think he's built 7 agents to over $1 million GCI, 7, 8 agents.
8. I think you're ninth actually.
9 maybe, to over $1 million. So that is some impressive stats. So if you want to be an agent that goes on to hit over $1 million in GCI, he's a great broker to get under, and you want to do it the right way. I have done 100% of my business all on sphere of influence and referral, and all my business. So people always look, sometimes I hear people always go, well, yeah, Betsy did it with the team. My team has all been staff. My numbers are all my numbers, not somebody else's.
And so when you look at that, and that was a decision. Not saying that decision is for everybody, but when we came back, I looked at your sphere and I looked at things. I said, here's how we're going to build your business. We're not going to have Betsy knocking on doors. She did it one time. I was like, okay, that's out. Then we're not going to have Betsy, calling expireds and cold calling and buying Zillow leads. That's not her personality. So I said, hey, we're going to do it this way. Sometimes she wanted to chase shiny objects. We'd go to a conference and she'd hear about something. Oh, we got to do this. We got to do this. I was the no broker, just like she's the no agent sometime. We did a video on that and said, no, we're going to keep doing it this way. And so we believe that each agent is just like your clients. They're individual. And so I would love to sit down with you and say, hey, let me hear your vision. Where do you want to go? I'll give you my input. Doesn't cost you a thing. 30 minutes of time. Come here and meet with me. We'll sit down. We'll look at that and say, hey, here's my input from my perspective. Pretend like for the next 30 minutes, I'm your business coach. And here's what I'm going to give you this advice. Because like she said, coaching is important. Michael Jordan always had a coach. Tiger Woods had a coach. Kobe had a coach. Everybody's got a coach out there. We currently have 2 coaches. So this is important for you. And if you don't have one, or even if you do have one, come get a second opinion from somebody that's actually in your market. So until next time, this is Alan.
And Betsy.
See you soon.